In this video, we're going to talk about the internal components of a computer. Basically, the pieces of a computer that help it to run effectively and smoothly so that we can use it in our everyday lives. The motherboard is created of multiple small parts that connect all the peripherals like the random accessing memory, the central processing unit, expansion slots, and heat sink systems. It also is composed of resistors, which stop untamed electricity from reaching other components before burning them up. It contains capacitors, which hold electricity so that the components can have a constant source of electricity. It contains microchips, which are scattered amongst the motherboard, and it creates circuit traces, which tie the motherboard to individual components to coordinate as a whole. The next piece we're going to look at is called the Central Processing Unit, or the CPU of a computer. It is the main brain of a computer, and most new computers actually contain two of them, called a dual processing core. It is the system that exchanges information with all the other components of a system. It is also where it processes the main computer's data. This is compared to a child's toy in which you stack the bigger loop on the bottom and then one loop on top, but you can only move one at a time. So it does all the menial tasks that would take us a much of time to figure out. The next thing we're going to look at is called the RAM, or the Random Access Memory. It's the main memory that stores data in a computer. It requires electricity to store this memory, so when the computer is shut down, its memory can be wiped. It's a very important piece of a computer because without it, we could not store any information within the computer. The next piece we're going to look at is called the power supply unit. Without this, we could not start the computer because it's the main piece that does supply the computer with its electricity. This also includes the fans, and the fans are used in a computer to keep the computer from overheating. Without these two things, the computer wouldn't even be able to work. The last thing we're going to look at is what we call the hard disk drive. The hard disk drive is the main thing that reads and writes on a magnetically coated platter. It spins at a high speed, and there can be more than one in a computer. This hard disk drive is needed to write data. It's also needed to help store information. It is a very important piece. Many computers with more than one mean they can hold more, they can look up more things, they can store more information.